And it's taken us thousands of years to figure this out. Okay? I don't know why, but it's true. Yes?
I just know that bill, the C-10, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, I was kind of up in arms about that because my friend showed me an article about a South American country that I forget, but it showed how reduced sentencing and counseling for people that get caught stealing or using drugs just showed like a reduction in crime and a reduction in addiction and deaths, and it was really positive to decriminalize and have lower sentences. So I was all like, okay, this bill is obviously wrong. But then you look in the other people who are going to go to jail with harder sentences, and it's pedophiles and people who sexually abuse others. So keeping them, I mean, I'm not saying how we should deal with them. Maybe they need counseling and help too. But in terms of protecting people, that abuse will spawn more drug abuse. And so when they're throwing the addicts in with the pedophiles, it seems like they're maybe, okay, it's all good, like the higher sentences because of the pedophiles, and they shouldn't be in the same group, right? Yeah. So it's strange like that.
I'll just mention one thing. Not all. But most pedophiles were abused themselves that way. And you know, I'm going to tell you something. When I was using drugs, I wasn't a bully, but some things upset me and I got into some fights. And I thought about somebody who did something horrible. And I was thinking about tracking them down, doing my thing, just to say, how do you like it? But you know, what I had to internalize, what I had to understand is that this guy is passing on something that someone else did to him. What we have to do is break the cycle. Somehow. Yeah.
Yes, okay. I'd write Media, present product consumer. I do consume, that is a product. I do have definitions of crackhead, rock hound, rock star. Okay. You call yourself a crackhead. My definition of a crackhead is an individual who will do anything to get the said product, not have a pipe or lighter to smoke it, but in getting the product, they'll do anything to get, meaning break the law, and then get the product. Run around, borrow a pipe or lighter to smoke the product. That's a crackhead. And rock star is a person who directs the customer to the seller. You don't see me smoking publicly. I'm a rock hound. I'm a functional user. Okay. I do what I do in the community. I'm down here to try to help people, dissuade them from consuming or control their said product. And in doing so, I've been down here 12 years. I'm not looking for any recognition, but trying to let them know that they can control. That's rock hound or now consumer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Peter. Hello again. And thanks for coming to Vancouver, and thanks a lot for your talk. Really appreciate your energy. However, it made me think of Bruce Springsteen, who I remember introduced the song by saying, nobody wins unless everybody wins. And I guess that, I continue to wonder about this, and I'm so far from resolved and feel my own ineptitude to really find some way to deal with this, but I want to put this forward to you. And I guess it's a two-part question. The first part being, is the very thing that we stand against perpetuated by exclusion? And then the second part of that is there any point, is there any benefit in engaging in dialogue with those who we are opposed to when they refuse to listen?
Well, if they absolutely refuse to listen, then I guess not. But if they're willing to talk, then yeah, you know. People are coming around. Right now, some of the biggest Yahoo, redneck, right-wing politicians in Texas are saying our criminal laws are too strict. You know why? Because we can't afford these jails. They cost a lot of money. Do you know that before President Nixon had his war on drugs, that's in the late 60s, America, the United States had between 100,000 and 200,000 people in prison. Today, it's over 2 million. It was during Ronald Reagan's war on drugs that the United States achieved the dubious distinction of surpassing the Soviet Union and apartheid South Africa in this matter: more people in jail per capita than any other nation. Today, per capita doesn't matter anymore because the United States has more people in prison than China, a totalitarian regime with 3 times its population. The Americans have more people in jail than anybody else. And a lot of the people who push for this stuff are also the kind of people who don't want to pay taxes. So, you know, there's hope, you know. So, yeah.
I'd like to know, what is your opinion on drugs being a crime and as far as criminalizing them? My understanding is they're about 90% of drugs are the cause of 90% of the crimes that end up in our courts.
Well, most of the crimes associated with drugs are because the drugs are illegal.